So we're talking about ethos, pathos, and logos, and which one is the most convincing in speech. I personally think that it's ethos, which is your credibility. When I saw this discussion topic, my mind immediately jumped to kind of my personal journey in knowing when people are telling the truth or not. Because I know a couple of people who they're good people, but they are pathological liars, and it's really difficult to tell when they're telling you a true story or when they're not. Sometimes it doesn't matter. If you're sitting around a bonfire at night and they're telling stories, it just matters if they're telling a good story. It doesn't matter if it's true, but other situations, it can be way more important to know. So I've been learning a lot. So this is kind of my thought process on that situation in terms of ethos, pathos, and logos. So the first one, pathos, emotion. Someone can tell a story and be so passionate about it. They can be so happy, so excited, so sad about something. However, I don't think that necessarily means that their story is true. So on my convincing scale, I give pathos a 1 out of 3. Logos, which is logic. So could they have physically done this? Were they there at that time? Maybe it's possible. Examples of stories would be I was on a bush plane flying over some way out part of Alaskan outback, and the pilot got really drunk while driving the plane and he passed out. And I had to drive the plane and I saved the day. Okay, so were you flying on a bush plane at that time? Yes. Okay, well, logically, then yes, that could have happened. I saved my group of people hiking from a grizzly bear by bear spraying it. Okay, were you hiking at that time in the place that you said you were with that specific group with bear spray? Yes. However, I still don't know because that seems like something maybe we would have heard before. Anyway, um, I saw a UFO. Okay, you were outside at night in southern Arizona where there's lots of UFO sightings. So, okay, yeah, that could have logically been true. You were at the right place at the right time. The facts situationally add up. So, yes. However, again, doesn't mean these things are true. So I'm giving logos a 2 out of 3 on my scale. So ethos, credibility. I think this is the most valuable one. You got to ask yourself, did it really happen? Did this person really do this? Who is the person and do they usually tell the truth? That's huge. Do you know the person? Do you know how credible they are? And why are they telling me this story? That's huge. A lot of the time people tell stories or in this situation where we're giving speeches and trying to make them really good, are we telling the truth? Are we being credible? Or are we doing it to get a good grade? What is the reason you're saying what you're saying? I think that's super huge in the situation that I was talking about with people just being pathological liars. I think that a huge part of that is just to get attention, and that is definitely not being credible at all if you're just telling stories to get attention. Um, if you're telling a story because you needed to, if you're trying to help someone, things like that, that makes you more credible if you're doing it for reasons other than to help yourself. So I give ethos a 3.